Now we're going to look a little bit at the Max Script debugger, and this is a new feature in 3ds Max 8. As the help file here says, it's really just the first half of a script development and debugging environment. It's going to be much more complete and powerful in future versions of Max. But right now, it allows the main thread of 3ds Max to be suspended. This is called breaking the thread. You can look at values of global and local variables, and you can also change them while the thread is suspended. You can execute some commands from a command line, and you can suspend the execution of 3ds Max using method calls from inside Max Script code. You can also stop or continue the execution of the suspended code. So let's take a look at this a little bit. There are two ways to get into the Max Script debugger. One is right here, debugger dialog. This is the Max Script debugger. And the other is here on the listener. So one thing I can do here is just click break. And this actually stops the execution of Max. If I now try to go to Max down here, for example, it won't let me. Or the Max Script help. I can go back to the debugger because that's active. If I click run, that starts Max running again. Now that help window that I clicked before comes up. So I'm going to create some variables here. MyVar equals hello. So I've just created a variable. It's called MyVar, and it's equal to hello. Now I'm going to go back into the debugger, and I'm going to create a watch variable. Click on watch, and the watch manager comes up. Just click once here and type MyVar and hit return. Now it's not showing me anything yet because I haven't broken Max's execution. And it's not until I break that the debugger is going to look and see what the value of this variable is. So let me click break. And there it comes up as hello. And I can also put in variables here that don't exist yet. So I'll call this new var, hit return, and it tells me this is an undeclared variable, new var. Now I'll run again. I'm going to type new var equals the number 4. Now I'll go back into the debugger. It still hasn't picked that up yet because I haven't suspended Max. But I click break, and it tells me that new var is equal to 4. So I'm going to run again so I can go back to the help. So that is the values of global and local variables can be examined. They can also be altered. Let's take a look at that. Go back into the debugger. Break. Now I can go up to the command line. This wouldn't work until I clicked break. You can only execute commands after you click break. The command for setting a variable is set var. And then just type the name of the variable and what you want to set it to. So I'll just set it to goodbye and then click evaluate. And immediately this changes to goodbye. Now I'm going to run again. And down here I'm going to type myvar. This will cause the listener to evaluate this and hit return. And it's now goodbye, even though it was hello before. So what I do in the debugger changes things in the listener. So again, you can alter variables while the Max thread is not running. And we also saw executing commands from the command line. That was the setvar command. And we'll continue looking at the debugger in the next movie.